Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel for cook's sake. And I bet you're thinking, where have I been? No, I haven't just come out the clink. Okay, my wife cut my hair and very short, which means I can get things done a lot quicker. So today I'm going to do the cottage pie. That'll feed about 10 people, good sized portions, out of not a lot of ingredients. So let's go and have a look, see how we get it done. Yeah, cheers. So the first thing we're going to do is I've got a nice big frying pan. I'm going to pop that onto the hob. I'm going to get it nice and hot. Okay, then I'm going to put the mincemeat straight into it. No oil whatsoever. There's plenty of fat in the mince. Okay, and also we can get the moisture out of that mince. Okay, that horrible, watery, nasty stuff that floats on the top. Are you thinking, what nasty, horrible stuff? Well, I'll show you. Okay, so frying pan's nice and hot now. I'm just going to put the mincemeat into the pan and then we'll break it up and let it start cooking. As you can see, there's no oil. Okay, just the fat from the mince. That's enough. Straight away you can hear it starting to sizzle. So we'll just break this up gently. And we're just going to let this fry off a little bit. Okay, for a couple of minutes. Now you're probably wondering, why am I spending so much time frying this mince? Okay, it's quite simple. I just want all that moisture out of it, and I want the mince to become crispy and fried in its own fat. It's quite hearty, don't you think? And it adds so much more flavour. It's worth it. Please, just have a go. Now at this stage, this is the end of frying the mince off, okay? You can probably hear it crackling and popping. It's just how I want it now. So now I'm going to take it off the heat, pop it into a bowl, and then introduce all the vegetables into the same pan. I'll add a little bit extra olive oil just to help the cooking process. Right, so I'm just going to get the mincemeat out. I'm going to use a slotted spoon because that way we can leave some of the fat from the mince still into the pan. Right, let's remove this and I'll show you what's left in there. Right, almost there. Right, mincemeat out. I don't know whether you can see, but there's a tiny little bit of oil just in the bottom there. That's not bad, is it? That's what we want. So we've got 2 sticks of celery, 2 carrots, 2 onions. I'm going to peel the onions, peel the carrots, peel the celery, and then I'm going to finely dice all of them. So this is about 4 minutes in now. I've been stirring occasionally. You don't want anything to stick to the bottom of the pan. Soften up very nicely. I reckon another minute and then we'll put the mince back in. Right, I'm just going to add some tomato puree, probably about 2 tablespoons, so I'm just going to guess that, and I reckon that's about there. Give that a good stir. You want to incorporate this in. You want to basically cook it off. That's what you really want to do, because otherwise if you just put it in and leave it, it's nasty, it's just bitter. So by doing this, you're throwing it off, you're incorporating it into the vegetable mix, and it's going to be nice and sweet. As soon as this bit's done, the mince goes straight in, and then we'll add the stock. Okay, there we go. Let's get it nice. So tomato puree thoroughly incorporated into that mix, and now I'm going to put the mincemeat back in. Yes. Give this a stir, get this all mixed together. And as soon as that's mixed together, in goes the stock. Yummy. Can't wait. There we go. Mixed up. Okay, let's add the stock. Give it a thorough mix, and now we're just going to bring this back to a gentle rolling boil, and we'll keep it there for about 2 minutes, and then we'll transfer no, we won't. Okay, so I've introduced the stock. As you can see, just bring it up to a boil. I'm just going to turn the heat down slightly. I'm going to let this simmer for about 2 minutes. I forgot to say, I normally add Worcestershire sauce to this, so I'm just going to put a few little drops in now. Nothing too much, just a little bit. That'll be plenty. So while the mixture is bubbling away in the pan, I'm going to make a corn flour slurry. Okay, so basically some corn flour and some water. Mix it up in a cup, pour it into your mixture, and then it miraculously thickens up. It's incredible. Should we give it a go? So as you can see, it's still quite runny, and I've made the corn flour slurry, and we're going to introduce this, and the magic will happen. This will suddenly just go thick, which is really what we want. We don't want all this water, because once you put it in it needs to set, you see. So here we go. Corn flour going in. There we are. Now we'll stir this while that's on the heat, and this will thicken up the gravy or the sauce, ready to go into the dish. Right, just give that a minute or so, and as you can see it thickening now. It's quite miraculous, isn't it? And that's just concentrated flavour in there. That's going to be amazing when it comes out of the oven. Right, we'll just let this simmer, nicely mixed. There we go. Okay, that's had about a minute, 2 minutes, just simmered away nicely, and you can see it's got a lot thicker. So now I'm just going to transfer that to the oven dish. Okay, there we go. Mixture's into the dish. We're going to let that cool off, and while that's cooling off, we'll make the mashed potato. And then I'll share to top it all off, and then we can pop it into the oven, and there we go. You have the finished product. Okay guys, so if you remember, I did a video on mashed potatoes, my first one. Well, in fact, it's the only one I've done on food so far. And at the same time, I was making this cottage pie. So I'm going to show you how to transfer this mash onto the cottage pie. Just be gentle with it, all right? Mince is set. Okay, you've got a nice thick base there. It's had a chance to cool down. Let's get the mash on. We always start around the edge, and just gently spooning it on. Okay, so there we go. Once you've got the edges on, you can start popping some bits in the middle. There we go, lovely jubbly, looking good. I can't wait to eat this. My missus likes this, and on the top, she likes me to put grated cheese. You know, I know maybe that's not traditional, I don't know, but I mean, you don't have to. You can put dots of butter on your mash if you want, when it goes into the oven, and you get this beautiful golden brown finish. And yeah, you know, it's just a great family meal. As I said, this particular batch probably make about 10 really good servings, I think. And the thing is, you can cook it, you can portion it up, you can pop portions in the fridge, you can freeze it if you want to in containers for, you know, have it for a rainy day. Really, you know, it's very versatile. Right, almost there, almost there. So get this mash on. Okay, it's coming out beautiful. There we go. Right. Okay, that should do it, I think. Now, with a fork, or you can use the back of the spoon, it's up to you. I like to just spread it out. Okay, spread it all out. Don't push too hard, you don't want to be pushing it down through your mixture. And then once that's, you can see now how it's all starting to layer up. Okay. Ooh, I like it a lot. Yes. Lovely cottage pie. Fan-dabby-dozy. Right, here we go. So, I'm spread all the mash out now. I'm just going to make the top, well, quite sort of uneven if you want, because I want it to, I want some gnarly crispy bits on the top. And so once we get those bits on, you can see, I'm just going to top this with some cheese, bang it in the oven, probably for about 40-45 minutes, and we'll see the finished result. Right, here goes the cheese going on. Just going to sprinkle this on. Ooh, bit of nice bit of cheddar. There you go. I'll try to get it all over as even as possible. And this is ready to go in the oven. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Right. There we go. Right. Now that's going to go into the oven. And see you in about 45 minutes. Okay guys, it's now had about 40-45 minutes. I've just looked into the oven. Oh my gosh. Cannot wait to show you. So, let's have a look. Well, there she is in all her glory. I'll tell you what, looks good enough to eat to me. Cannot wait to get stuck into that. Well, there we go. Cottage pie. There it is. I know it takes a bit of time, but my crikey, the results, look at that, fantastic. And that'll feed about 10 people, good sized portions. So, leading me on, if you like what I've done, and you want to see some more, I have got lots more, just got to get it out, got to get it together, got to put it out there. And that's the thing I find very difficult. But please, you know, if you like what I've done, you can press the subscribe button, it's free. You can like it, dislike it, I don't mind. But please, just give me some comments. Any decent feedback would be amazing. So, from me, for cook's sake, until I see you again, cheers.